Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Robin with Stamp with Dr. Robin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in sunny San Diego, California. And we're back to spring/summer here. So it's like high 70s, almost 80 degrees. So far, a beautiful day, a little bit of a breeze. Worked in the garden this morning, so try not to notice my nails and fingers that are still dirty and probably won't come clean again for another few months. And it's just so beautiful here right now. Sorry, everybody else who's living through snow. And so I have a lot of Stampin' Up news today, most important being, what's going on. Today is February 28th, which means it's the last day of celebration, which means it's the last day to get your free product just by ordering $50 or $100 worth of other product from either catalog. And it's also the last day for the joining special. So if you're thinking about how you would like 20% off whenever you order anything else, today's the day, because the sale that the good deal that's always a good deal to join is $125 in product for $99. And what is going away though is the extra 2 stamps that you get no matter what you order, and you could order the most expensive stamps in there, because of course that's what I would do. Anyway, so that goes away tonight also. Sorry, still trying to make sure that I'm live on here. Anyway, so yeah, so if you want to join, you want to get free stuff, today's the day. I'm going to just go ahead and put you down because I have a lot to talk about and a lot to show you. So I just wanted to start. Here we go. Going down. I wanted to start with just talking about celebration and some of my favorite things in the celebration catalog that are free. And we're going to be using a couple of them today, but I thought I'd kind of go show you what some of my favorites have been and what I'm sorry kind of to see going. Some I haven't even had time to be working with, but hold on, we're going to turn that down just a little bit more. Anyway, the first couple, would be the this Special Moments stamp set. That's free if you're spending $100 worth of goods. And I just, you've got almost every saying you could possibly need in here. So that's one thing. The other, let's get rid of that, is, what I've done with the various cards. So the daffodils paper, I've really enjoyed. There's another one with the paper behind it and the daffodil dies. We made this one together before, as well as I've made a card. I don't even remember if I showed you this before, with the bay window kind of card. And all that's using the daffodil paper. Another fun set has been the little cars, and I didn't get these at first, but they're fun to paper piece with another set here, the Sunshine and Rainbows, I think it is, paper. That has been so much fun. It's just happy paper, every single one, happy paper. And then again, the cars, and then these actually were just leftover strips from my Simply Marbelous paper. More happy rainbow paper. And remember, that's another bay window card. And remember, the paper has the ability, you can cut these or punch these out with the cloud punch. The fun otters, who could forget the fun otters? And you're seeing a pattern here with this Simply Marbelous paper. Here it is again. because I honestly have used up, I think, 2 packs of it at this point. And this is the Friendly Hello paper I used just with some butterflies that I cut out from the, I think it's, I can't remember which paper. I think it's the Mother of Pearl paper. And this again is the Friendly Hello, both the stamp set and the paper in a little Z card. This stamp set is not part of the celebration, but I just wanted to show you the sympathy statement stamp here. That is part of the stamp set that I was just showing you at the beginning, again with the different colors of the Simply Marvelous paper. And like I said, we are going to be using that when we make our card today. So another thing that I know I've been talking about, but I just need to make everybody aware that the All Together set is pretty much while supplies last. The markers will be carrying over, but not necessarily the other stuff, and certainly not the paper. Now, I promised you this time that I would show you the Waves of the Ocean set that we've been talking about, because I finally got it this weekend. But since I had a whole bunch of classes, I did not get a chance to play with it, but I can show it to you in person, tell you what I love about it. First would be the stamp set and the dies. I just want to point out something. These weird looking dies, they are actually to go on the bottom of these clouds, and they basically give it some dimension. So apparently I haven't even cut them out yet. Apparently they fit, I guess, kind of like that on top of the clouds and give it like a 3D effect, because most people are looking at this and going, what the heck is that supposed to be? So if you get it, now you know. It has this cool little pelican, more birds, and this stamp is just beautiful. So we will get into that next week. The paper, gorgeous. Apparently they made this paper by just, I think I'm going to turn it, pouring paint and blowing it and making bubbles. And it's just so beautiful. It would make a good, like, you know, just frame it, put a little saying on it or something. Ooh, I really like that one. I'm showing you the fronts, then the backs of them, so you are seeing them all. So pretty. It's interesting though, because if you see for a card, you know, each one of these is going to be something just a little bit different. I guess this one won't be quite so different card to card. And some of them are really quite light, and others have more of the wavy situation. Now, this is a favorite of mine because I like all the foils. I would wish they'd actually make foils in every single color. That would make me so happy. But look at this one that's supposed to be kind of a Bermuda Bay Coastal Cabana color, and this one that's supposed to be a Night of Navy. Hopefully you can see how pretty these are. And then the other thing that's a favorite of mine are these Rhinestone Waves Basic Jewels. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5 different colors of these. Can you just see how pretty? So I can see lots of jewels in my future going on all sorts of things. So the bundle, the stamp set and the dies are actually going to be in the upcoming annual catalog, but all the 2 papers, the foil and the other paper, those are not going to be in there, nor are the rhinestones, surprisingly. So if you want them, we're again at the supplies last. So this is what we are going to be using today for our card. The Simply Marbelous paper and the Calming Camelia stamp set. Both of these are from the Celebration catalog. Now, I don't know if you noticed the Calming Camelia set, but that was, you needed to buy a $300 on one single order. So obviously it doesn't have to be all you. You can get some friends together and get it. And then it's free. So, and it's a distinctive stamp, which means it's kind of 3D effect. So I'll show you a couple that I did already, and then we'll get to it. So this again is using the background is the Simply Marbelous DSP, and I just stamped it, put a bow on it, boom, we're done. This is what I loved about these distinctive stamps. You don't have to do much. This was a little bit more. I stamped it, and then I actually used my blender pen and some of the craft white ink and colored it in there, and then the flowers just pop. I also ran it through, I don't know if you can see, it's a little textured with the Tasteful Texture embossing folder. Oh, I got people. Hi, Vicky. Miss you too. And hi, Claudia. And so this is one more. You know, one of the things I wanted to show you is that you can actually color this Simply Marbelous DSP. So I don't know if you can guess what color this was before I started making it into my sunset, but it was actually the bumblebee paper. So this right here, I think I colored a little more bumblebee so that the white wasn't so white, but I used the Pacific Point and some navy blue and some Calypso coral, and I think this was garden green, and just stamped it with a couple stamps in the black, and it's basically simple stamping, but I think it would be quite effective as a card. I just think it's really pretty. So with that in mind, here's our card that we're going to make today. So this is the Simply Marbelous paper. I don't know if you guys want to guess what color that started out, but it wasn't this color. Any guesses? So it actually started out as the purple, which is, I think, a combo of Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. And then we are going to actually color it with our Misty Moonlight ink and a blending brush. So let's get down to that. Now the other thing is that I wanted to point out, little hint, see how big this is, and we're covering that whole thing, and I thought, well, what a waste of what's going on back there. So what I did, there's my little secret hiding thing, and I did this on this card too, you can't even tell, is before I did anything, I used one of my, oh gosh, now I forget the name. Anyway, whatever die you want, cut out the center, and then that becomes just something that you can use on a different paper. So let's move this out of the way and get to some coloring here. So this is some Misty Moonlight, and remember, when you use it, pick up a whole bunch, tap a little bit so you don't get these blobs on your paper, and then start off the paper. And this is pretty much what I do whenever I'm using my blending brushes. That's not going to work over there. And I think with this one, the other one, I'm going to try something a little bit, not make it quite so dark here. So that you can see a little bit more of the purple. And part of the reason I like to come in from the outside and do this is you'll notice that then the edges are, can you see that, are a little bit darker. It just, again, gives a little bit more dimension to it, which is what we're doing, whoops, by coloring it too. So again, I've tried to leave a little bit more purple this time around. But I don't want it, I don't want the whiteness showing so much. This is kind of a leave them wondering when they get this, if they know the paper. It's like, you know, you send this to another Stampin' Up friend and they're like, I don't remember this paper. How did you do that? So that may be enough. Let me just see how it looks on here. So this is some Highland Heather cardstock. And it's just our usual 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So let's see, yeah, that has a little more purple. I like that. And again, no, might as well put this on. No one is going to see that big old hole in the middle of your paper because it's going to be completely covered. Now, obviously, if it's not covered, you're not going to be doing this. This is what we like about that, using our glue, is that you can move it around a little if you don't like the placement. All right, let's set that aside. Now, a lot of times, you know, we'll stamp first and then cut this out, but since it's easier not to right now, we're not going to. Oop. Make sure your stamp is clean. And with these big ones, I like to ink them like this. Put them down and face up and ink around. I just get better coverage. I'm just noticing we got just a little smush right there, so let's not do that. And it may stick out a little bit on the sides here, but I didn't want to cover up any more of that beautiful Simply Marbelous paper. So if a little bit isn't showing, I'm not gonna feel so bad. All right. I want to make sure this is good and dry because we are going to be doing some more blending on there. So I'm actually going to take this other little stamp. Where's my... We're going to take this other pretty little leaf stamp and just stamp that again in the Misty Moonlight. The other thing I want you guys to be thinking about is, hey Peggy, is these colors are going to start going away. Like the Misty Moonlight is one of our in colors. And come May with the new catalog, whoops, I don't need both of these, it's going to be gone. So if Misty Moonlight is a favorite of yours, or you just haven't gotten around to buying it, or for instance, you need the refill, now would be a good time to be doing this. Again, this is just for the inside of the card. So you may want to go pick up that now or soon, or, I mean, I know a lot of people that Misty Moonlight is one of their favorite colors right now, and so they are picking up just some extra cardstock and the ink refills. I usually try to get my ink refills at the beginning, otherwise I forget, because I have had times where my, you know, let's do it this way, where I never did get an ink refill, and I don't like that. And again, on my blending brushes, I know I just used these, But, you know, you do want, when you're at the end, to get all the other color off, because I don't have a blending brush for everything. So this is kind of my purples, but I'm also using it for things like, you know, rich raspberry or gorgeous grape that I'm not using right here. Remember, you can always get more ink. You can't get less ink on here. So start in the middle because your flowers are, you know, more colorful in the middle. And then blend it out. And if it goes out on the edge, it's not a big deal. See how mine's going a little bit out on the edge there. Try to keep more of it in there, but you may decide, oh, I'm just going to color all out on the edge. Or you may decide you're a little more perfectionist than that, in which case you might want to use, instead of just the blending brushes, you might want to use your sponge dauber. Because I think you can just be a little bit more accurate. But I'd have to say, on that other one that I showed you with the sunset, that's when your blending brushes are the best. I don't think I'm going to try to get down into those little, I'm never sure if that one's a flower or a leaf anyway, but just getting a little color on there. And then remember I said, let's just get all the extra color off. And that's so next time when I use this blue one for who knows what. Because remember, I've got that lovely wave stuff just sitting there asking to be used. So I'm sure I'm going to be using a lot of different blues coming up. Okay, so, oh, you know what I forgot to do? Stamp my envelope. All right, let's make sure we got the right side up. We don't like naked envelopes. And honestly, people really notice that, because guess what? You don't get a stamped envelope from Hallmark, right? So when they open it and it kind of matches, it's just kind of a nice little touch. Like I said, Hallmark doesn't care about that, but we do. All right, we got some dimensionals. Everybody say hi to Peggy. She's my wonderful upline who helps enable me. In fact, actually, Peggy gave me this set because I forgot to put it on an order or to time my orders right, so I got enough with one. So without Peggy, we wouldn't be doing this card today. See how we're covering up? That, just center it, good. And then I'm gonna get, whoops, I forgot the other thing I wanted to put in here. Where'd it go? There we go. All right, we're gonna have to pick this up a little bit. So this is one of these, or half of, one of these Heart and Home doilies that come in 3 colors, the Misty Moonlight, Cinnamon Cider, and the gray. And I wanted to just put one in there, but we're gonna have to hope that I didn't stick this down enough. There we go, no problem. We're just gonna slide it in like that, and everybody's gonna be happy. Just kind of stick it out, and why use a whole doily when half of it's gonna be covered up anyway? Okay, next thing is some ribbon, and this is actually not Highland Heather ribbon. This is the Fresh Freesia ribbon, but I thought it looked really pretty with this. And the only Highland Heather ribbon we have right now is kind of thick, and I want to just the light freshness of this ribbon. So do you see how I like to do the two little bunny ears? I don't know, for me anyway, I almost always make a nice bow when I do that. And then of course you gotta fuss with it just a little bit. Get it even. Cut a little angle. Good. And got a little glue dot here to put it on with. They're so hard to see. I don't know if you can see them even. And I like to just stick it on like that. Just, hopefully it came up. Yep, it's sticking to my finger good. Remember how I said I wasn't going to color those? Because guess what? You're not even seeing them. All right, and now bling, bling. So these are our iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. And we're going to use a few of those just right in the center. And the Take Pick tool is my favorite way of doing this. If you don't have these iridescent rhinestones, you need to get them. And the best part about them is that they kind of look different no matter what you put them on. So if you're on, see how right now they're picking up the blues and the purples, and if they're on something else, you know, that they're picking up whatever it is that they're sitting on. And so that's really kind of cool to me. So that's my card for today. Yeah, I'll bring that one on, and here's the one that I did that's just in the purples. And here's the one I did with the bumblebee and just coloring it all sorts of different colors. Hi, Debbie. So I hope you guys all like that. And like I said, today is your last day. I believe we have until it's usually midnight Mountain Time, so it's probably 11 p.m. tonight. I didn't double check that before coming on, but I'm pretty sure that's our end time. Let me pull you back up. So, need any of this stuff, be better getting it tonight, because tomorrow, too late. But tomorrow you can get the Waves of the Ocean set. And what else is tomorrow? Ongoing is the All Together. Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you, one of the real exciting things is starting tomorrow, the little mini cut and emboss machine is 20% off. And so are about 14 different, hold on, I'm going to try to find where I wrote them down. 14 different bundles are 20% off. So you know how our bundles are usually 10% off when you buy them together? So starting tomorrow, these special ones are 20% off, and that is Pansy Patch, Hydrangea Haven, Quiet Meadow, Beauty of Friendship, Sweet as a Peach, Seascapes, What's Cooking, Wild Cats, All Squared Away, and Welcoming Window. So if any of those have been on your list, they are going to be on special sale. So think about that before they all go running out, because when things go out these days, they can take, you know, a month or more to come back in. And so they may not be in by the end of the sale period. So if you want them, tomorrow's a good day to order. So take care, guys. I will see you again next Monday at 1 o'clock Pacific time. And have a good rest of your day. Bye.